Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Walk Escape back with another video, and this time I'm doing something a little different. Not doing a single boss guide or a combat achievement or anything, but I was taking a step back and thinking about every boss in this game. And, Jagex has done a good job. There's a lot of good bosses out there. Love all the raids, love a lot of the traditional God Wars bosses, a lot of cool stuff out there, but there's also some terrible ones that all the player base kind of agrees suck to do. The worst boss, probably a matter of debate and opinion. Most people would probably say Nex or Nightmare. For me, it's probably Nightmare slash Phosani's Nightmare because, I mean, just look at it. I've been talking this whole time. I'm not even at the boss yet. You got to do that run every time until you get the tablet. You don't even know when you're going to get the tablet. It just sucks all around. So I hate this boss, but I was wondering if I were to grind it out all the way, how long would that really take? And I don't want to do that, but I was just curious. And my buddy Rusted is really good with statistics and stuff. So he's the man. He put together a few like curves of the possibilities. How long is it actually going to take you to finish this boss? And there's a few ways you could look at like completing it. You could be an Iron Man just wanting the armor and the mace and stuff, or you could be a psychopath, green collection log hunter, where you're looking to try and get literally everything. So I wanted to take a sec and share. Thought it might be interesting to you guys how long it would take on average for those different kind of completion scenarios. So a couple things to go over quick before kind of jumping into it, so it's easier to read. This graph is basically assuming that 10,000 people just grind out Phosani's Nightmare until they complete it. So here we're going with the completion kind of Iron Man definition of, all right, I really just want the mace and I want full Inquisitors and I want to get the hell out and go back to living my life. So if you take that, then you can see on the x-axis is how many kills it's going to take to get all of those items, and then the y-axis is of those 10,000 people, how many fall into a particular bucket of the number of kills. So it takes, about 500 people. It takes maybe 2,000 or so, another 500, 2,100, so on and so forth. And it ticks down, as you'd expect. Some people will go dry. It's RuneScape, right? We're going to go dry somewhere, but we love this game. It's barely going to take any time. So if you assume that you can do 5 kills an hour, which is kind of the wiki rate, and assumes that you're pretty decent, if you're doing this many kills, you're probably going to get to that level sooner or later. So about 5 kills an hour, you're looking at, if you do 5,000 kills, there's probably looks like an 80 or so percent chance that you get this completion definition. So that's going to be like 1,000 hours. So this is like one hell of a grind for sure. Unless you get to be this really lucky dude who does it at like 300 down here. But then you could also be super unlucky, like this poor dry dude out here at like 19,000. That guy's having a terrible go of it, and it's going to take him, coming up on 4,000 hours just to get the Mace and the Inquisitor set. So if you want to go for it, go for it. Hope you get lucky on that one and you don't end up on an island like this dude. But if you are just thinking about kind of the typical kills, the mean based on this scenario, and that's not the median, but the actual mean average number of kills you're going to need is right around 2,700. So you can expect, 5 to 600 hours probably is a fair estimate, and that's going to be skewed by the outliers there. But I think that's more fair than doing median, because if you just do something until you hit the drop rate, there's only a 60 some percent chance you get it. It's far from guaranteed. So, maybe you're a normal person, you saw that last graph and you got a little bit discouraged, or maybe you're just crazy and you thought, hey, that's not too bad. I got 5 or 600 hours. I could even spend a little more. In fact, I want the pet and I want the staff on top of the armor. So pet is pretty sick. I understand that. So what if you include those and you say, to complete it, I basically want everything except for the orbs and the jar. It's not actually too different from just the armor and the mace set. There's a good chance you're going to pick those up on the way there, but it is slightly less likely. So on this curve, you can see same kind of axes and structure, but you're looking at a mean kill completion of a little over 3,000 kills instead of 2,700. And you can see it falls off pretty quickly as well. So not a crazy different distribution, but you're looking at, another probably 100 or so hours on average to the grind if you want to get that pet and the staff. Okay, so that was fun to look at those two amateur hour graphs, right? But I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, come on, Walk. give me a challenge. Like, I'm a gamer. I don't care about these silly armor and mace, just the pet stuff. I'm the man. I'm going to green log it. Well, don't worry. We've got one for you too. So let's take a look at exactly that. If 10,000 people decided they were going to green log Phosani no matter what, then here's the distribution we're looking at. Couple guys get real lucky, do it, 1,000 KC or less. And then you've got some outliers, over 40,000 kill count. So you're looking at, 8,000 hours of doing this if you do go dry. And why bother doing something like learning Chinese or earning, $60,000 working near minimum wage in that time when you could just green log Phosani's Nightmare? So get after it, you absolute champion. Let me know how long it takes you to do this. If you're on the mean or the average, you're looking at right around 7,000 kills, a little over. I myself will not be figuring out where I land on this curve. I have a grand total of one Phosani Nightmare KC, which I did for the combat achievement. You probably haven't noticed, but in the background, the blurred out fight, that's actually just me soloing the normal Nightmare. That's how much I hate Phosani. I couldn't even bring myself to do it for the video, so I sneakily blurred it out. I have done one KC. It absolutely sucks. I really don't want to do 40,000, but if you do, then more power to you. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you did, and maybe if you want to see something similar for another boss. Hopefully could get something like that together for you, but hope it inspires you either to go and grind Phasanis or never ever touch this content in your life like it does with me. See you next time.